store prices. Look at this guy bending over and showing his ass to us.
Yeah, he ripped his yoga pants. Terrible.
You know, we don't get, like, any mail. Or are we getting sent this? What even is this?
He wants you, man. He's got bargains. He's got good stuff.
Oh, it's
cheap.
ladies activewear. Always seems like a real creep. I mean, look at that image of him. Look at that.
Terrible.
Happy 2018, everybody. Cody here from Movie Losers, back with another review. First of the year.
Oh, man. New year, new reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting times.
Kieran survived. Everyone else was fired.
I did.
We're excited to be back. And we were weighing options today. Well, I was anyway. You wanted to see the post, and I was like, what about The Commuter?
I shot it down. Shot it down.
What about The Commuter? We may get to it. Who knows? But he's great. But we saw the post with Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep, and a little bit about the plot is essentially Vietnam went on too long, and some documents were leaked saying that it was pretty much kept that way, so it didn't seem like America was like getting into a conflict they were going to lose.
Right. The papers seem to be argue that they could be what's the word I want to say?
Oh, find the word. You're embarrassing us.
National security breach.
National security breach. That was several words.
That was several words, but I struggled. It's New
right.
Year. I'm trying to
Year.
get back into it. But no, it seemed like that was the argument for the government, and there was an argument from the press. So it was.
Is it like what on America? Are you breaking the law if you leak these stories?
Right.
Which, there's a whole illegality behind keeping the war going and all that. So that's the central conflict. Meryl Streep is the publisher of the Washington Post,
right? Yes.
Which is, I guess, a smaller paper at this point in time. What is like the 70s?
Yeah, I mean, at that point they didn't even have their breakout of the Watergate scandal. That pretty much
did that put them on the map?
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie, it's not a spoiler. It kind of ended with like the Post 2 coming next summer.
It was like a
Watergate.
Sequel, yeah, you could kind of see the opening scenes of Watergate happening.
Post cinematic universe.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But so Tom Hanks is the head editor or something like that.
Yeah.
And so there's a little bit of back and forth with them. Like there's all kind of the movie really takes its time setting up who these people were because I didn't know much about it going in.
Right.
And I was like, am I going to be on board with this? Because I was kind of confused to be honest.
Same.
With a lot of characters, but really the performances drive this. Meryl Streep's really great. Tom Hanks is great. Of course, you would imagine them giving it their best. Steven Spielberg's direction actually kept the film energetic for me.
Yeah.
Some cool tracking shots, and it was a tight 2 hours.
Right.
I felt informed.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of the movie was actually seeing, this is like a dumb thing to like, but the papers like moving on the conveyor belt, like woo!
Yeah,
and like
really
seeing
cool
the
visuals,
printing.
yeah.
I don't know. I still am a person that buys books.
Oh.
Don't read them, but I buy them because I like the old, like the ink on the paper.
You're like,
I like that part of it.
You're like, I don't want to hear about Kindles.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Yeah.
Out.
Nooks, forget it.
What?
They still make those, right? Barnes & Noble?
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
It's another reading device.
I've just gone in with Amazon.
Okay, fair enough.
My soul.
So would you, any negatives? I mean, I didn't I wasn't looking forward to this at all, and I came out, pretty inspired. I mean, there was, some, an undertone of, women empowerment. Definitely some tongue-in-cheek writing, reflecting our current political environment, which I appreciated. Any dislikes for you?
Well, I was going into this, I was really kind of hoping it would be a type of movie that reflected Frost Nixon was, which I really enjoyed. I really liked that movie, and I was a little concerned in the first act. It was a little boring, a little confusing. I was just like, yes, they're setting these characters up, but I was like, I'm still a little lost. But as the movie kind of picks up its pace in the second and third, it really, really shined for me at that point.
They really made Nixon seem like a diabolical villain with he was only shown in from an outside perspective of the White House, the Oval Office or something.
From the back.
Or just a random office and it's dark and the room is lit and he's on the phone, so his back's to the camera. He's like, yeah, that's right. We're gonna go after them with everything we've got.
Why did you give Nixon an Australian accent?
I can't do we're gonna go after him with everything.
Yeah, that's more. Yeah.
Is that right? Really gravelly and
okay. Disgusting.
So I think this is what it was nominated for Best Picture, the Golden Globes.
I think so. Yeah.
It got a handful of nominations. I think Meryl Streep was nominated. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you like these kind of political, based on a true story kind of movies, it reminded me kind of like Spotlight or the like newspaper related movies. If you like that, I think this is right up your alley. I think you'll enjoy it. I'd go, even though I did enjoy it, it's just not like a movie for me. I think I'm gonna go 3. What'd you go? I'm
gonna go with a 4 actually, because I do like these type of movies. I really enjoyed Spotlight. I really enjoyed Frost Nixon. So this is a movie I think kind of in my alley.
Yeah.
I just think, like I said, the first act was just a little slow, but the performances by Streep and Hanks and Odenkirk was just amazing.
A lot of cameos. Gabe from The Office. There's David Cross.
Yeah.
Who else? Todd. A lot of Breaking Bad. People.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk. Sarah Paulson was good. She was in more of a limited role at first, and she had a little strong scene with Hanks.
John Williams' score was I thought was
subtle.
Yeah, subtle. Yeah.
And then it became almost like I almost heard tones of like Indiana Jones, like a heroic score towards the end.
Right.
And Meryl Streep had a really good scene with like the board and Bradley Whitford. I thought she really carried this film. Her and Hanks. I mean, what perfect casting, to be honest.
Combination. They had a great arc, especially Meryl Streep's arc. She really grew in this movie, which I really enjoy, because I found her character a little bit in the beginning to be not really much of an annoyance, but just kind of like, what is your use here? And she really
was timid.
Yeah, timid. Yeah, would be the better word for it.
But that was like the state of like, I mean, every industry was like a man's industry still. Back in those days.
So I just loved her growth in this movie, and like you said, anybody who really kind of enjoys those journalistic kind of dramas, I think will really enjoy this movie. Yeah,
journalistic drama. You described that much better than I did. Well played.
I think so.
I'll be out of a job soon.
See,
or in prison.
This is why I'm still here, collecting W-2s.
That's right. Anyway, what'd you think? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe and like and all that.
And go get a newspaper.
And what's your New Year's resolution? I'm all about that Whole Foods lifestyle.
Don't get the New York Times.
They're doing all right.
They're like $40 a paper.
Support your local paper. How about that? Cheers.
Boop boop.